There is some lag, so the voice recordings don't match up with the timing of the video, sorry. So, I'm a dyslexic, and I'm going to try and read these, story things in Apex, so this should be interesting. I guess for you lot, it's kind of really difficult for me, but let's give it a go, eh? Chapter 1. Search and note a rescue. This day has been a rough one. It's nice to get off my feet for a sec. And at least the company isn't bad. Another cola? My numerous friend? Don't mind if I do, brother. Something on your mind? You're usually all sunshine and shacks. You seem a little boring today. Honestly, it's creeping me out. You got me, buddy. I've been running search and rescue missions all day with SARAS, but it's been a bit of a waste today. Hey, what? No, don't say that. Well, actually, I wasn't there, so what do I know? Why do you feel like that? There's nothing better than the look of relief and hope on someone's face when you come to the rescue. If they turned that feeling into a drink, I'd chug it down faster than you could say mahalo. You'd be surprised how fast I can say malka. Carry on. The good news is there haven't been any serious injuries recently, but I keep getting called for rescue that aren't really rescues. A rescue that isn't a rescue. I know this one's something about a melted block of ice and a train running enough. Ha, it's not a riddle wit. I'll give you an example. A guy calls me all distraught, hollering so much that I can't figure out what's going on. All I can get is a porch and hurry and help. Yeah, scary. That's what I thought, but once I got there, I saw that a dog ran under his porch and he couldn't reach it. The dog wasn't even in trouble. When I reached for it, it ran out no problem. The dog took off and the guy didn't notice. He just wanted to take a photo with a legend and he decided this was the best way. Turns out it wasn't even his dog. Then I get a call from a lady that there's been a building collapse and they need the strongest SARS agents we've got, and that's obviously you. So strong. Yeah, well, I show up with all my gear. My heart was racing and I was ready to jump onto action. But they had demolished the buildings on purpose. They were breaking ground on a new apartment complex and wanted a celebrity there. And you know that flash storm that came through this afternoon? I got called out that some kids were too far out in the ocean while there was lightning warnings. They weren't stuck, they were partying on the beach. They were faking to get me there, wanted me to throw up my dome shield like an umbrella for their party and get some Travolta autographs. I don't understand why none of them tried to get me there. Maybe my appearance fee is too high. It might be time for old Gibby to old Gibraltar to hang up his SARS gear. Being a legend has made me more of a distraction than a help. Don't get me wrong, alarms are better than real alarms. I am glad nobody was in trouble. But I joined the games to inspire people and bring answers to Sarah, not to pose for photos. Gotta be honest, I don't follow. A call is patched in from Cyrus. I wonder who's trying to get me to speak at Granders or join a family dinner. Please help, I am in Norlock Lake. You're in the lake. Probably a party boat that needs me to deliver an extra sunscreen. Wait, I know that voice, but I can't place it. Please, my trident, it went off-road and I'm onto the lake. I can't swim and it's starting to sink. Okay, hang tight, brother, and try to stay calm. I'm on my way. Got a jet. I'm coming too if they're looking for a celebrity. Think how pumped they'll be when two of us show up. Maybe I should join Cyrus, or whatever that bloody says. Mirage isn't happy that I am making him ride in the sidecar of my bike, but he wants to get along. We got my boy. Ooh, he wants to. Hang on, bike, but if he wants to tag along, we gotta go by my rules. We pull up to the lake. I don't see anyone else here. Something's definitely up. Gibbs, if there was some sort of press event or celebrity hang, wouldn't there be more people here and less lake? Help, over here. To my surprise, I can see a trident bobbing in the lake. I knew I recognized that voice. Michael? Michael? Who? I jump into the lake and swim harder than I've ever swum before. Wait, Nick's Michael? Your ex-boyfriend's kid got to him. Gibby, swim to the son of your long-lost love. Swim, I say. I am not so good at swimming, but I am right behind you. Michael, are you? He's barely hanging on to the slow sinking trident, flapping around and struggling to treat water. I grab him and start swimming us back, fighting the pull of the sinking ship. Almost. Oh, nice to meet you. I'll catch you on shore. Wow, Mirage really isn't a great swimmer. He only made it halfway to us. Me, I am like a guppy in the water. I grab him too and swim us all to the shore. A guppy is a weird analogy, considering a guppy is a really tiny fish. The three of... I didn't say about the guppy, I just mentioned that because I thought that was a bit of a weird analogy, but carry on. Right, back to me reading. The three of us stood on dry land, finally on our feet again. Michael's shaken up, but he looks okay. I am shaken up too. He looks more like Nick every time I see him. I just saved my ex-boyfriend's son, who hates me. This sure isn't how I thought this day would go. Okay, you gonna tell me what happened? It's you? Just my luck. Ugh, this is so embarrassing. Okay, what happened is my friend's dad owns a fleet of tridents and we, borrowed some. Ha, sounds familiar. It was so stupid, but we wanted to see if they would stay afloat over water, and it turns out they do, so long as they don't run out of power. My dumb friends got scared and took off. Ah, I get it now. Look, I know you're not excited to see Gibraltar here, but I've always got your back wherever or not you want it. Thanks, I guess. Hey, I know I shouldn't ask you this, but please don't tell my dad. He'd get so worried. You're sure? Michael doesn't say anything, just hangs his head. I know he's not a fan of secrets. Michael, your secret is safe with me. I think sincerely. We say some quick awake goodbyes and he takes off. I wonder when I'll see him again. Bye, Michael, bye. Weird. That he didn't want my autograph. Hey, Gibbs, let's go rescue more fans. Let's do it, brother. Next we fought a zoo. Chapter 2. We fought a zoo. I don't understand days off, Elliot told me. They're days to do whatever you want, except break your mum out of jail for some reason. He shrugged. I go to a place called a zoo. A place full of wild animals in a city. I thought Elliot was testing me, like when he told me cake was gross and he likes gross stuff. It is not, and he doesn't. But here it is, the Gree Public Zoo. I can feel Echo ramping around in my hood. Someone's excited. Echo. Eck. We can smell the animals from the gates, and I am sure they can smell us, especially me, since I haven't gotten the hang of the shower or clothing washing device. Why not shower with your clothes, Elliot tells me. That's not good, but couldn't tell me why. This should be a huge open space with animals and with humans and animals all around hunting and surviving, instead of animals are packed into tiny pits, cages and tanks, with humans packed into sidewalks watching each other eat snacks from bunkers. So just more city? But more city that has buttered popcorn. Echo loves buttered popcorn. I toast some up so he can catch it midair. Did you know Prowler pea smells like this? Butter popcorn, but it doesn't taste like it, that's for sure. Ugh. Are you talking to me and talking to my popcorn? Yep, do you know why all the animals are in these cages and pits? I guess to keep us safe, like from eating our popcorn without asking? But you'd be honestly safe without the cage so long as you wouldn't totally stupid. Right, I'm gonna go over there now. Okay, thanks for the popcorn, bye. Echo, I don't know, this isn't like I thought it'd be. Like those Arctic prowlers are trapped in a pit. They aren't the pit. They can't hunt, can't run, can't be themselves. Wait, this is an animal jail. loves to lock things up, right? Popcorn friend. I can't read that big word, so we're just gonna call him C. Did you follow me over here? Right, Echo. I toss up a piece of popcorn, but it comes back down. Echo? He's not above me. Shake guy. I blow a command on my whistle, but he doesn't return. My heart starts to jump, to thump. Echo, he's not showing up on my radar. I search everywhere, blowing every command on my whistle. I find a footprint in the prowler pits, which leads me to a dropping in the flyer Avery, which leads me to the P.Y. Jimmy. I don't know what that word says. Thank you when I hear a woman's voice. Hey, you get out of the exhibit now. We're not allowed in the exhibits. These animals should be free. We should be free with them. This is such an animal jail. I climb out of the tank. The uniformed person turns out to be the zoo guard. See, definitely a jail. Still, I tell her about Echo. Trading as he may be, he's still a wild animal. Did you think maybe he flew away? He's not wild, he's Echo. He wouldn't leave me. He doesn't sound so free to me. Something twists in my stomach. Is she right? Animals return to reliable food sources. Was Echo's just doing that? If it wasn't for this lifetime ban I am about to give you, I'd invite you to get your fill of bats in our cavern enclosure. There's a bat cave here. Why didn't you say so? Get back here. I pull my arm free from the zoo guard. I grip and take off sprinting. I usually hate signs always telling me what I can't do, but I follow the ones shaped like a bat, and they lead me to a door set into a fake boulder with a cartoon bat drawn on it. I got in, and there's another set of doors. Reminds me of when I visit Mum, where you go through doors, then are locked in a little prison of your own before they let you into the visiting room. I shudder. It's pitch dark. First I hear sharp clicks, then I feel a small gust of wind as wings brush past my feet. I catch the smell of buttered popcorn. Unless a prowler may mark its territory, Echo's here. I look through my spotter lens. It helps me find his position when I am fighting in Apex matches, so it should pick him up. The little target icon searches the bats dangling from the ceiling. Not him, not him, not him, and something hits me, not physically, but like in my mind. It feels like I am back on Pagos instead of GOS? Vantage, my mum's prison ship. I shake the feeling off as another bat drops from the ceiling to fly past me. Then my HUD pings something in the crowded ceiling. Echo? When I reach him, I hold out my hand, but see that he's tucked under the wing of an older bat, the image of a baby Echo crawling out from under his mother's body on the Echo's vantage flashlight flashes in front of my eyes, and I wince like it's the sun's glare. Looks like he's bonded with one of our mother bats. I didn't hear her come in. I accept her to grab my arm. Instead, she puts a hand on my shoulder. I feel the tension slowly melt into sadness. I never thought of Echo like a pet, but maybe he's only with me because I trained him to need me. And you think the zoo is bad? Echo looks up at me and reaches for me with one of his little hands, gripping the tip of my finger. But he doesn't let go of the bat. I didn't mean to, Echo. I promise I didn't. I guess I told myself I had to take care of you because I killed your mum, but it was because I needed you, and that wasn't fair. You killed his mum? That's horrible. I was hunting every early Echo counts on Pegos. I was hunting every calorie counts on Pagos. Pegos? I stop talking as Echo lets go of my finger to nestle into the bats for even more. You want to stay here? I understand. I'll visit you whenever I visit Mum, okay? And when I finally free Mum, I'll free you too, you and all the animals here. No, you won't. Now let's go. I leave the zoo in a daze. It's as though I am walking through waist deep. Now, numb for head to toe, I hold the whistle in my upturned palm, thinking about all the training about Echo's little face when a piece of popcorn lands in my palm. Echo! Echo? Echo lands on my forearm and nuzzles the piece of popcorn towards me. Tears breaks free from my eyes to stream down my face. Though the tarry blur, I can see Echo looks freaked out. I can understand not wanting to stay in that animal jail, but you don't have to stay with me. You're free, Echo. Echo looks at me, then the popcorn, then me, then eats the popcorn. A laugh escapes my throat, and he bonds up my arm, headbutts my face, and dips into my hood, laughing and creaking. I grab a handful of popcorn and shove it into my mouth. It tastes amazing. Listen, lady, you can have my popcorn. Okay, just stop following me. Thank you. Alright, next. Rampants of Africans? That doesn't sound right. Rammates. Rams of African. I think that's not right. Alright, final chapter. Chapter 3. Remnants of Affection. I've got this best girlfriend. The robot who pulled me from a dumpster springs from my side, gripping past the heavy fire. raining down on our cover. We are oh, we are fumbled with the uselessness qualify. We had as our third having gotten himself shot earlier. That on the move. I rush to join him when a charge fills the air. My vision begins to shake. It's crypto and his EMP. If I can strike him or that pesky drone of his down, it all goes black for a moment, then my vision gradually returns. However, what lies before me is not the Apex games, but a distant memory. I am saying there isn't any way to make this go any faster. Peak is the one with all the resources. If you want the Brithium, you shut your you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth and keep it sitting on your hands until I tell you it's go time. I lean back into my chair with a sigh. Idiots, all of them making a move prematurely would leave us with nothing, and I am not about to lose the last play day I'll ever need. Dr. Reed? Turning my desk chair, I see the blue eyes of Newton Summers peering around my office door under his tattle reddish blonde mop. Newton, come in. He enters carrying a large cardboard box with the airs of a grown man. Of course, he's dropped up like a weed over the past few years. Sprouted up like a weed over the past few years. I see the move is going well. I guess you could say that. I feel less stressed than you'd look. You okay? Fine, just having an off day. How is the new place? It's filled with boxes, but I'm sitting in still. I have a lot of cleaning to do at the old place, though. I am on my way. I'm on my own since Granny's back on planet side. Speaking of which, I found a bunch of things, Mum's stuff I thought you might want. He places the box down at my desk and I glance inside. There are various items inside that I'd forgotten about over the years. Old pictures of Dr. Summers and I at the lab, a faded news article about our work, and these were your mother's. Newton's face flushes when he sees the item in my hands, a quality pair of nuncle with engraved black hand. Anoncicles with engraved black handles. No idea what that says, so you have to read it, alright? Moving on. No, they're mine. I got them when I was 14 and thought you could use them. I saw them in a window and begged Granny for weeks to buy them for me. And I may have leaned on being sad about my mum a little. I can't just throw them away after I made Granny feel so bad. You paid your grandmother for like I said, you read that bloody word. It was a phase that you caused by the way you always looked so cool practicing with swords and knives and that word that you're going to read as the viewer. I thought I could do it too, but I gave up the second times I hit myself in the face. That must have hurt. It shouldn't have let you tag along with me when I went to the gym. Don't say that. Those trips meant I got to spend time with you. Don't pretend like you won't enjoy having me around every day when I start the internship. Lynn was the one who started after you asked her about it, insisted. I'll just feel like it's something I have to remember that dreams told you I had about Mum. How she was trying to get back to me. She's gone, Newton. I know, that's what everyone says, but what if she's not? We think black holes are dangerous because of the way they consume but we don't actually know what happens beyond that. Maybe Mum came out the other side somehow. Maybe I can see her again one day if she's out there somewhere. I want to finish her work if it'll help her get back. And if she isn't, then at least I'll have helped save the Outlands like her. I watch him for a moment, so bring and full of hope, gasping up at the ceiling as I thought he can see through it, past the sky into the empty cosmos above. It was unfortunate you're in my way, Dr. Summers. I wish the circumstances had been different. You did everything you could to save her. Still, I am grateful I had you looking out for me, Dr. Reed. Then you understand why I don't want you working on this project. We're searching for a new energy source for the Outlands, and any pursuit of power demands significant scaffers. I have seen it time and time again. Regrettably, your mother is not the only casualty. Dr. Reed, did you lose someone too? I turn away from him, always so protective, just like his mother. My brother, a long time ago, he was the same age as you were when your mother passed. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. You're an adult now. It's time to start looking out for yourself. You're not to become one of these significant... Can't read that word, you read it, viewer. Of course, Dr. Reed, you don't have to worry about me. Stay the one who hits himself in the face with that word. That's why they're yours now. Well, I guess I'd better get back to the apartment. There's still a lot of cleaning to do. I'll see you on Monday for my first day. If there is nothing I can say to discourage you from doing this internship, then yes, I'll see you then. Thank you, Dr. Reed. I'll be really good assistant, I promise, just like you were to Mum. An ironic statement, I think, as he departs when he was just discussing significance under the powers of that be. I will not let Newton be other. I will not let Newton be other. The memory cuts to static before my vision returns to normal. I see the trochic energy of the rift swirling above with my scarfed up pathfinder hovering nearby. I tell you what, all this reading is making my throat go really dry. What is going on? The match is over. You were unconscious and I couldn't hold off the other team. Are you alright? Defeated? Alliterate. I sit up, more determined than ever to destroy the peace. Instead, me that calls herself Leah. I don't know that word you can use. Fine, I merely had an off day. When she is gone, I will bring an end to those. End. Oh, thank fuck for that. My throat was really starting to seize up. Right. So, yeah. Right. Like, subscribe, bye. Oh, and that little bell symbol. Click that too. Bye.